So you've probably been learning charts, indicators, and maybe a bit of price action. But what happens if a setup fails and you panic sell for a loss? That's not a strategy, that is your mindset sabotaging you. So let's be honest, have you ever had a trade that was going exactly as planned, but in the end you still managed to lose money? Or even worse, closed out that trade because of fear or greed and the setup would have played out perfectly? I'm gonna be honest, that happened to me as well. I have closed many trades too early. This in fact was actually one of the main struggles that I had to learn. It is the mindset that was blocking me and is probably blocking you as well. Think of it like this. Strategy without mindset is like driving a Ferrari with no steering wheel. You've got the power, you've got the speed, but you're gonna crash at the first curve. 95% of traders lose money, and this is not because their setup is bad. It is because their mindset is blocking them and they can't deal with uncertainty. Which is always the case when we enter a trade. The moment we enter, we have to deal with uncertainty. The fear of losing, the thrill of winning, the FOMO of missing out. These moments don't require more technical analysis, they simply require more discipline. And I get it, no one in the beginning is going to tell you that this is what matters in trading. You just think like you have to take a trade and start winning. The market is actually a mirror. It reflects your beliefs, your weaknesses, and everything within you loud and clear. So if you don't work on your mindset, you're not just trading against the market, you are trading against your own self. So now that you already understand that mindset matters, how does that look like and how can we move forward? Let me walk you through the three main pillars when it comes to trading mindset that pro traders do, but most beginner traders simply skip. The first and very important one is emotional control. Markets are emotional playgrounds. If you're not calm, you'll become the toy. Emotional control does not mean that you don't have to have a feeling when trading. It simply means to control those feelings and not simply act based off the feelings that you initially get. Here's how top traders build exactly this. They breathe before every trading session, just like athletes do before a fight, for example. They run pre-market routines to prepare themselves for the day ahead. And this is something I'm very big on. So I have a very set routine. I'm following that every single day. For me, it gets as far as if I can't manage to do my daily routine because something is happening and I'm just occupied by other things, I am not allowed to trade that day. This is how important it is for myself, and I'm just gonna say it here, but it will be as important for you as well going forward. And after each trade, they journal. Not just did I take a win, did I take a loss, but also how did I feel in this trade? Did I panic sell? Was I nervous? What exactly was going through mentally? This was one of the most important things for my own journaling journey because I gained so much valuable information out of journaling my feelings and emotions during a trade. It's like this: mindset is a skill, and every skill needs feedback. The market is constantly giving us feedback, so we should listen. The second pillar is patience and discipline. If you're trading every single move, that is a beginner mistake. Professional traders wait for their edge to show up and then only act upon a trade if all the stars align. I, for myself, am super conservative and very selective with my trades. That can lead to me taking less trades, but at the end of the day, I'm only taking the trades that I feel the most comfortable with. I would suggest that you have a very set entry criteria that only when seeing everything out of this entry criteria, you are going to take the trade. If there's one single thing going against your trade, you can stay out and wait for the next setup to show up. Another thing I can suggest here is learning one or two assets very closely. That means not looking at hundreds of altcoins, trading all of these at the same time, and rather only focus on one, two, or maybe three assets that you are going to learn by heart. You're going to know how this altcoin is moving. Is it typically more volatile? Is it impulsive? Or is it slow? Is it range bound most of the time? You are going to get a feeling for the assets that you monitor the closest. So if you're looking at 100 coins at the same time, you're going to know every one of these for just a little bit, as opposed to knowing just a couple very closely. And the third pillar, just as in the gym, confidence comes through reps. It doesn't come from hyped up winning days, it comes from repetition. Every trade you take is a vote for the trader you are becoming. So long term, track them and learn from them. If you get data about your trades, that doesn't help you in any way, shape, or form unless you listen to the feedback you're getting and make adjustments based off of this. If you, for example, notice that most of your swing trades are hitting home and you make some good profits, while the scalp trading is still lacking the discipline, still lacking the consistency, well, there you have your answer. Where should you focus on? The setup that's making you money. If that is swing trading, day trading, scalp trading, you name it, then act on what your journal is giving you in terms of information. So let me break down the biggest mindset mistakes so many beginner traders do. The first one is chasing after losses. We all know the feeling of taking a loss and then thinking, oh, I just want to make these profits back. How would it feel? I was already up 200 on the day. I lost all of my profits. I just want to be at that stage again. I want to see the 200 profits and then I'm going to stop. This typically does not end in good results. This ends in taking the next loss, then taking the next loss. So please don't chase losses. In fact, what you can do is even take a break after taking a loss. I, for myself, have a rule. If I take 3 losses, this is scalp trading. If I take 3 losses in a row, I have to stop trading for at least 30 minutes, go out, take a walk, do whatever, but don't look at the charts. Another big one is trading out of FOMO. Sometimes you will be comparing yourself to others. You see a friend who's making so much profits trading, and you're like, yeah, I want to be like him. He's taking so many trades. I should do the same. So you're just clicking random buttons, trading out of FOMO. Or you see a market is moving to the upside a lot, and you think, yeah, but why would it stop? I'm just going to long. And then in the end, you're going to long the top, price is reversing on you, and you're going to take a big hit. This can be avoided by being patient. One of the things I hate the most is changing your strategy every week. At the end of the day in trading, we are looking at probabilities. So if we know that our strategy, for example, leads to a 70% win rate, we don't know the allocation of these 70%. It can be that we win 20 trades in a row, but we can also lose 5, 6, 7 trades in a row. This doesn't mean that I have to change my strategy. I have to look at the big picture. And also, what you should definitely try to avoid is comparing yourself to others on social media, other trading influencers. You don't know if they even know how to trade. They can flex some good wins, but at the end of the day, it is you against you, and you should be comparing yourself to who you were yesterday instead of comparing yourself to who someone else is today. Now, here's the truth. You can learn how to build this mindset yourself. But I'm going to tell you from experience that if you join a community that helps you and already went through these stages, you're gonna grow 10x faster. And take my word for it, I have done the same. That's, by the way, exactly why Chart Champions was founded in the first place. It is a community for people who are serious about trading, the mindset behind trading, and who really want to become self-proficient. So if this video spoke to you, hit the like button, hit the follow button, and check out the link in the comment section down below on how to join Chart Champions and master your trading journey. If no one told you this, you are not a bad trader. You're just building the internal tools. Something Daniel always said is take every loss as a lesson. And I was following that step by step from being a beginner trader to now a professional trader. The charts and the assets are just the battlefield and your mind is the weapon. Thanks for watching, keep evolving, and see you in the next trade.